Oceans on Mars became a rabbit hole, and I got curious about where else water used to exist in the solar system, so today we're going to talk about Venus. So I've heard Venus referred to as Earth's evil twin, and it's not just because Venus is very similar in size to Earth, it's because scientists think that Venus may have resembled Earth more in the past and had water on its surface. The reason why they're confident is because starting with the Pioneer mission in 1978 and subsequent missions to follow, they have found a heavy hydrogen isotope on Venus in much greater abundance than they would typically find had water never existed on the surface. So basically the theory is that this heavy hydrogen, which is one proton and one neutron, compared to normal hydrogen, which is just one proton. So that isotope exists on Earth in water. It's pretty common, but there's so much more regular hydrogen that we don't notice it. But on Venus, there is way more heavy hydrogen than there is regular hydrogen. So the theory is that as the planet started heating, there was a runaway greenhouse effect as the atmosphere started to thicken, and the regular hydrogen essentially kind of boiled off and escaped into the atmosphere or out into space, leaving behind the heavy hydrogen remaining on the planet, and that's why we find it in such great abundance. And while we're confident that water existed on the surface of Venus in some form, we don't know for sure whether it was just steam or if it was at one time oceans. We don't have the same ability to map the surface features in the same way that we do on Mars because Venus is so volcanic. So that volcanic activity is constantly renewing the surface. So we don't have the river deltas or the lake basins, etc., that we do on Mars to give us evidence that there was oceans or lakes on Venus. But settling this debate is one of the goals of two upcoming NASA missions, Veritas and Da Vinci. So those missions are scheduled to launch no earlier than 2030, but their goals are to probe the surface of Venus and create a high-definition map of the surface, as well as send a probe into the atmosphere to take more measurements. If you like content like this, please like this post and follow me. I share lots of cool facts that I learn about space because I'm curious and my 5-year-old son is obsessed with it. Thanks for watching.